All right, we are back. Real world application for the gallery series. All right, guys, so I'm here actually applying the gallery series at a client's house. As you can see, the cabinets have already been primed. Stuff does flow very good. Again, in the previous video, I was shooting it out of the Fuji Spray Semi Pro 2, which is only a 2-stage machine. Even with only two turbines inside of the machine, it sprays and it lays down very well. I can, however, tell you the vertical sag on this stuff, you have to really be careful. It can run on you. The good part about it is you can sand it down within 30 minutes, but it definitely will run on you. Typically, I'm applying, if I'm using the Sherwin Williams product, I like to use the polyurethane trim enamel, which is a much heavier paint. It's a very thick latex paint. Oftentimes, even with my stage 4 and 5 machines, I have to thin it out slightly, but it does cover extremely well. I also find that you sometimes don't even have to get full coverage with your primer if you're using the polyurethane, even in white. If you miss a spot here or there, like you can see at the bottom of these cabinets, the polyurethane does a much better job of actually doing stain blocking, which is what the gallery series does advertise. But I can tell you, coming up here in a clip that I'm going to show you on the doors, it does not do that. So just kind of keep that in mind. You want to make sure the cabinets are completely degreased, which you should be doing anyway. You also want to make sure that you have a very good coverage with your primer before you apply the gallery series. Like I said, this was the first job that I've done with the gallery series for a client. I end up using a lot more than I typically would with the urethane because of the amount of bleed through I was getting. I actually end up applying, believe it or not, 2.5 gallons, which is a ton of paint for this small kitchen. And even with that, I still had to end up going back with the oil-based kills there just to get that good stain blocking effect. So hopefully this video you guys will find helpful. I definitely recommend taking your time, getting familiar with the product before you actually take it into a client's home. Again, the vertical sag is pretty bad if you're not careful with what you're doing. And hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of the video. Alright, so we just sprayed the doors. That stuff dries extremely fast. As you can see, I already have tools leaning up against them. The doors leaning up against the wall here. But the issue is the insane amount of bleed through. Not sure if the camera's picking this up or not, but it does not cover very well. I mean, it's bleeding all over the place. I mean, it's nothing that a little kills of oil base can't take care of. Hopefully you guys keep this in your bag with you. Closing thoughts. Would I use it, and would I recommend it to painters? Look at the finish. I would definitely say so. I've actually used it on quite a few jobs, which I'll kind of splice into the video here. Some full kitchen remodel, some just cabinet refinishing. And I can honestly say, once you get over the vertical sag and you actually learn how this material flows, you get an absolutely brilliant finish with it. It's readily available. The price point can be a bit of a turnoff, but I mean, we're talking maybe an extra 30 or 40 bucks over what most of you guys are probably using anyway. With the dry time, the cure time, the ability to stack doors within 24 hours, I definitely say it's worth that additional price point. So I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the video. I appreciate all of the comments on the last video and all the private messages that I've received just about my honest opinion about the product. It has definitely been my go-to for the last few kitchens that I've done, and I think I'll be using it until a better product comes along. Take care, guys.